from Antigua in Guatemala. Just wanted to talk about how expensive is Guatemala, right? So it's not super expensive, but it's also not as cheap as Mexico. At least that's what I find. Mexico was cheaper. Hostels were cheaper. Street food was cheaper. So yeah, Mexico just was cheaper in general, and transportation was cheaper as well. Here in Guatemala, yeah. Well, yeah, I spent here like almost 2 weeks, and I started with Flores City. That's basically a base camp for Tikal rides, and then I went to Antigua. From Antigua to Lake Atitlan, and now I'm back in Antigua. And tomorrow I'm going to El Salvador. So buses. The bus from Belize border to Flores costs 40 quetzales, and 40 quetzales is around 4-5 euros, if I'm not mistaken. And to Tikal, let's say normally people ask 80 quetzales. We got 455 because we got lucky with a tour operator. Yeah, so let's say entrance into Tikal would cost you 150 quetzales. That's if you don't want to see sunrise and sunset, because for those hours they will charge you 100 quetzales more. Remember that. And also you will need ID to be able to buy tickets to get in Tikal. But I talk about that in my Tikal video, so if you want you can check it out. Food on streets. I found that Flores was more expensive than Antigua, and Lake Atitlan also was more expensive than Antigua, just because they can afford to bump the prices, obviously because of the location. But yeah, you know, if you go in a cafe and buy a meal, it would probably start somewhere from, let's say in Flores, the cheapest I saw would be like 30 quetzales. Then again, if you get lucky, let's say like we did in Flores, there was this like sort of like farmer market where local food, you could buy local food, and there was like, it cost like 5 quetzales. So let's say 3 tacos, 5 quetzales, and so on. So that was obviously cheap, and that's probably the prices that locals pay. But as it's expected from you, you know, like you get these gringo prices. So yeah, of course you can talk about price, you know, and try to get cheaper, but well, maybe you get lucky, maybe not. Let's say there's loads of small shops. There's loads of small shops around, and the thing is, they actually want they won't show prices, and they do it on purpose, so that if you're gonna go and ask them what's the price, obviously you don't know what's the price, so they can bump it. They can bump the price, and yeah, that's what I found. Like I went in this one shop, they wanted to charge me 7 quetzales for a small beer. When in a pub, the cheapest pub we found, it was 5 quetzales. So obviously they're trying to rip you off, you know. Yeah, Lake Atitlan. Lake Atitlan costed us to get from Antigua to Lake Atitlan 70 quetzales, and the hostel was like 80 quetzales per night. We were staying at Free Cerveza hostel, which was a really cool hostel. I would recommend it to other travelers. And yeah, the boat, let's say on a lake, because the Lake Atitlan it's a location, and there's like many villages around the lake, and the boat to go to these villages costs like 10 quetzales. They might want to try to charge you more, obviously, and whenever you arrive with a shuttle or whatever you take there will be people waiting at the doors as soon as the bus doors opens, and they will offer you these rides, private rides with boat for 100 quetzales and so on, which is obviously a complete rip-off. So just say no and go to the dock, which is very close to the place where they're gonna drop you out, and you'll be able to get a ride for 10 quetzales. Just 10 quetzales. Don't ask them the price, give them 10 quetzales and just leave. That will show them that you basically know the price, and yeah, basically don't fuck with me, right? About the buses, I traveled with like tourist buses, shuttles, you know, and like more luxurious buses, but obviously there is a possibility to do it with chicken buses, as they call them, and the price usually is half what I noticed. So basically, if the ride costs 90 quetzales, then chicken bus will cost you like 35, 45 quetzales, something like that. And the thing about chicken buses is that it just takes longer. I mean, experience, it might be a cool experience. The buses themselves look absolutely awesome. You can see them in some of my videos, but it usually takes like 2-3 hours or more. So distances are quite large, big. Let's say to come from Flores to Antigua, it's 10-hour drive. So imagine if you take a chicken bus, it might take you 14-15 hours because they just stop everywhere. So yeah, well, make your choice really, you know. But yeah, that's about buses. Product items in shops. So you can see now in a video there's like these products in a shop that I filmed, some of them at least. So you might see the prices of these items. Just to compare, you can check my Mexico video as well, where I went to Walmart and basically filmed the prices there. So you can compare yourself. But yeah, in a shop obviously it's much cheaper than to... If you stay in a hostel, almost every hostel has a kitchen, you know. You can buy these products in a shop and just cook there, a hostel if you want. That will be cheaper, obviously. Yeah, the cheapest hostel I've stayed here so far is 55 quetzales. In Mexico, the cheapest hostel was like $5 US. The difference might not seem big, but it is, because during the week it really builds up, and yeah, you lose loads of money. Plus, this hostel where I'm staying now today is completely, oh no, I don't know how to describe it. It's terrible. Like, it's just a bed. It's just a bed. You pay only for a bed. But it's 55 quetzales. Let's say previous hostel where I was staying in Antigua was Three Monkeys, are also a really awesome hostel. That costed me like 75, 80 quetzales per night, so almost double. But it was much better hostel, yeah, much better. Yeah, so price. I think that's all. Like, my daily budget, basically what I try to do is 15 quetzales per day, which is 15 euros per day, which is very small. Obviously it's very small, but the thing is, in Mexico it was absolutely fine. I actually spent less than my daily budget, and at the end of the week I managed to save like 23 euros or something, you know. But here in Guatemala, I actually have gone over my budget quite extremely. Yeah, it might be even almost double the budget, almost. So yeah, it's the buses cost the most, and distances are really huge. So if you want to take those chicken buses, go. I'm sure it's an awesome experience, but yeah, well, time, you know. Time. Yeah, I think that's really all about cost, you know, about how expensive Guatemala is. Yeah, but most of travelers anyway, they have like 25-30 US or Euro daily budget, so with that easily, no issues whatsoever. You might even not spend it all. Like, yeah, like let's say I found this pastry shop here close to the place I'm staying now, and even closer to Three Monkeys, where they would charge you like 8 quetzales for this huge pastry with meat, cheese and sauces in them, or 12 quetzales for even bigger version with vegetables and meat. So it's pretty okay, and you really you eat them and you're full, you know. Like, you really can eat there, and it won't be so expensive. There are these options, you just need to find them, obviously. Yeah, just go explore streets, you know. Don't be afraid to go a bit out from the tourist area, as I find Antigua to be quite safe. At least the feeling, I really don't feel threatened. Maybe during nights, you know, but that's everywhere. Like, you need to be careful during night. So yeah, yeah, beer in pubs usually cost like 15 quetzales a bottle, sometimes 20 quetzales. It's quite expensive, to be honest. In Flores we found this one place where the cheapest beer was 5 quetzales per bottle, small bottle, 300 ml, and 10 quetzales for 1 liter bottle. That's the best price I've seen so far in Guatemala, like beer wise. So yeah, but yeah, the hike in Acatenango Usually people charge like 350 quetzales, what I noticed almost everywhere, and you have to pay 50 quetzales extra as an entrance fee to this park, so 400 quetzales together. But you can get it cheaper, like you can get it cheaper. If you will be a bigger group, they will offer you a discount, but the discount will be really small. But let's say me and my friends, we got really lucky. So as I said before, we stick to this one tour operator guide who gave us discounts also to Tikal ride and to the bus to Antigua, and we got for 250 quetzales plus the entrance, so 300 quetzales together. But that's quite a big discount, you know. And let's say the bus from Flores to Antigua, people like in these like tourist agencies, they will try to charge you 350 quetzales, which is a lot. We got it for 230 quetzales, so again, you can get it cheaper. And I actually think that I would recommend in Flores, let's say, if you want to go to Antigua, go to just, if you know Spanish or maybe some guys in the hostels who speak good English, just ask them how to get to bus terminal. Just go there and buy a ticket yourself, and you're probably gonna save, I don't know, 60, 80 quetzales or even 100 quetzales more. So yeah, it's up to you how you wish to do it. I did it the easy way, and I might regret it a bit because obviously I spent more money, but yeah, do it. It all depends from you.